Are you tired of feeling like you're barely scraping by? Do unexpected expenses cause you to break out in a cold sweat? Are you avoiding your mail because of bills or notices? All of these are results of poor money management. So let's talk about how we can improve that. If you want to be financially free, then you must begin growing your money management skills. In this video, we'll review red flags indicating you need to improve your money management skills and what you can do to start handling your money better. Living paycheck to paycheck. Managing finances is a critical aspect of living in our world because almost everything interacts with money in some way. It's not just about how much money you bring in, but also how you manage what you already have. Good money management means more than just being able to afford your favorite avocado toast or electronics gadget. It's about being ready for life's curveballs, stashing away a little extra, and growing your wealth over time. Living paycheck to paycheck is one of the most common red flags of poor money management. If you find yourself impatiently waiting for the next paycheck to arrive before you have a life, it's a sign that you need to improve. You want to pay attention to your spending habits, create a budget that works for you, and stick to it. For many people, the concept of a budget may feel like wearing a straitjacket, cramping your style and limiting your options. But over time, you'll start to see the beauty in it. Think of it as a cheat code for life, giving you the power to enjoy things you love without the headaches and worries. With a budget, you can tell your money who's boss and live your best life without breaking the bank. Using a budget gives you power because you'll have knowledge about where, when, and how much you save, spend, and invest. With this information, you can look for ways to reduce debt, cut costs, and get creative when it comes to earning more income. Or you can use the excess money you have to put away into suitable investments. Break free of the paycheck to paycheck cycle to make the days in between each less stressful. When you're not hanging on by a thread, you give your mind and money more opportunity to work for you. Not saving for retirement. Did you know that a staggering 60% of Americans don't have a retirement-specific savings account, according to a NerdWallet 2023 Consumer Report? It's important to remember that time flies by quickly and retirement can sneak upon you before you know it. Have you considered whether you're financially prepared to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you've always wanted? Keep in mind that relying solely on Social Security benefits is generally not enough. If you fail to save and plan for retirement, you risk losing control of your future. Although saving now may involve some temporary sacrifices, the long-term benefits will make you happier and more secure. Fortunately, you don't need to save massive amounts of income right away. The power of compounding interest means that even small contributions today can grow into thousands of dollars in the future. Start by saving 10 to 20% of your monthly income and doing it regularly. If you're older, don't despair because it's never too late to start saving. Even if you're starting late, understand that a smaller nest egg is better than none at all. No emergency savings. Imagine you're going on a road trip. You've packed up the car, filled it with gas, got your music playlist ready to go, but you head out without a spare tire. This is what it's like with no emergency savings. Sure, you hope you won't need to use it, but in the event that you do, you'll never regret having it. Without an emergency fund, you could be forced to sell things to make ends meet, or even worse, rely on credit to try and get by. You could soon find yourself dodging bills in the mail or calls from collectors, and let's not even talk about the soul-crushing high-interest loans you may be subjected to if you're unable to meet the lender's requirements. So, to avoid drowning in a sea of debt, make sure to set aside a portion of your income and put it in a separate account. You don't want to be tempted to dip into it too often, so putting it somewhere else adds enough friction to make you stop and think. Just remember, it's for emergencies only, not for the upgrade to the new iPhone you've been eyeing. Late or missed payments. If you're constantly playing catch up with your bills or missing payments altogether, it's another sign that you need to up your money management game. Late payments can result in fees, interest charges, and a dreaded dip in your credit score. If you're getting hit with overdraft fees or late fines more often than you like to admit, it's time to take control of your finances. Maybe you let bills pile up like a Jenga tower, or perhaps you swipe your card without knowing what's going on in your account, hoping it goes through. But that's like playing Russian roulette with your bank. Not a smart move. Those pesky fees and penalties are a waste of your hard-earned cash, and they add up quickly. To avoid these unnecessary costs, create a system for yourself to stay on top of your bills and payments. Open them as soon as they arrive and schedule payments immediately. And for a less stressed life, try to automate payments as much as possible. High levels of debt. If your debt is reaching for the sky, some serious TLC is needed because having high levels of debt can be disastrous, not only for your financial well-being, but for your mental and emotional health as well. Firstly, it means you owe someone else money and they'll likely charge you interest for the privilege of borrowing their cash. The higher the interest rate, the more you'll have to pay back over time, and the longer it will take to pay off the debt, which would turn your income into a merry-go-round of payments. This leaves little room for other important expenses like food, housing, or healthcare, making it tough to save for future goals like a well-deserved vacation, retirement, or financial freedom. Also, high levels of debt can destroy your credit score. This hurts your chances of getting approved for credit in the future and potentially lands you higher interest rates or worse loan terms. Before you know it, you're caught in a cycle of borrowing more to pay off existing debts while being straddled with high interest. Get smart about your money and put a plan in place to pay off those debts. Using credit cards as a bridge. You'd think that by now people would know that credit cards are one of the worst types of debt. Carrying a credit card and paying interest every month is basically setting fire to your money. But many people still can't resist the urge to use credit cards as a bridge. In fact, according to the latest Consumer Financial Literacy Survey, 1 in 3 U.S. adults carries a credit card balance from month to month, and 15% of adults roll over $2,500 or more each month. Credit cards are appealing because of the rewards they offer, like flights, gift cards, and cash back. But if you're paying interest on those cards, you're basically negating any benefits you might get. Here's the fix. If you're consistently carrying a balance, focus on paying it off as soon as possible. Yeah, that's the advice. There's not much to it. You want to get out of carrying across debt on your cards, otherwise you'll be stuck in a never-ending cycle of debt that'll leave you feeling like you're constantly running on a hamster wheel. Borrowing from family or friends. Although borrowing from family or friends may appear harmless, it is a sign of poor money management because it shows that you are incapable of effectively managing your finances and are depending on others to make it work. While it may seem like an easy solution, borrowing from loved ones can have adverse effects. It can damage relationships, create tension, and cause resentment. Additionally, it can result in a lack of accountability and a false sense of financial security. Depending on others for financial support can also hinder you from taking responsibility for the decisions you make in your current financial situation, which in turn would help you in developing sound financial practices. If you find yourself regularly borrowing from family or friends, it's time to take a critical look at where you're failing. You need to create a strategy for your money. This may involve seeking professional financial advice, reducing expenses, or finding ways to increase your income. No money goals. You deposit your paycheck into your bank account, pay a few bills that are past due, use the ATM to withdraw cash, and then scan your cards a few times for meals over the weekend. Then, 2 days before payday, you discover that you only have $7 in your account. Where did everything go? If this sounds familiar, it's time to take a hard look at those management skills. Without a good money goal and a clear idea of where your money is going, all of your other financial goals are that much harder to meet because you just sail wherever the wind blows. So take some time each week or month to review your bank statements, track your spending, and set clear financial goals. And if you slip up and spend a little too much, don't worry. Just dust yourself off and get back on track. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a healthy bank account. No one is immediately perfect at taking care of their money, but this doesn't mean we don't try and learn. Becoming financially literate takes time, but it's not impossible. As you learn more about money, and more importantly, how to take care of your own money, you'll find that you can spot these red flag signs of poor money management easier and quicker, thus helping you stay away from bad financial habits. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you learned something new today. Please consider liking and subscribing and share the video with a friend. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on new content. See you in the next one.